Hey, good evening, everyone. Let's deep dive right into the deal that we have on our hand. And we have a LoanX opportunity that is backed by loan against property. Rahul has explained in detail the product, the key product of the NBFC Save Financial Services, that is loan against product. And what we have is a deal which is backed by a pool of loans against property. So if we talk about the deal, this transaction is rated A by Care and has a tenure of 48 months. The total deal size is 11 crore and it comes at a investor IRR of 13%. Uh, the deal comprises of 280 borrowers who have taken loans against property from Safe Financial Services. It's a fairly granular pool comprising 280 loans, and the investment is getting amortized, or it will be repaid on a monthly basis to investors. And you would see that it's at a slightly higher tenor as compared to our previous LoanX transaction, but this is naturally because lab transactions are generally longer tenor transactions or longer tenor loans ranging between 3 to 10 years, right? But despite of that, because of how the deal is structured, the deal will be amortizing in approximately 48 months, right? With monthly amortization to investors. Now, let me talk about the security package which is available in the transaction. Uh, Apart from the security in form of loans against, so security in form of property, which is hypothecated in the transaction in form of loans to NBFC, right? So now the security cover entails over collateralization of 16%, which I would reiterate briefly what it actually means. So over collateralization means that if the loans in the transaction are say for rupees 100, then investors are investing for 84 rupees in that 100 rupee pool. So always there is an extra buffer of cash flows which is available in the transaction, that is to the tune of 16% in this transaction. That is termed as over collateralization. Moving ahead, on top of it, we have a cash collateral of 5%, which essentially means there's a 5% FD lien in the transaction. Again, super liquid, always available in the transaction and can be utilized if required. On top of it, the third security component is excess interest spread. That is 55% in the transaction. And excess interest spread, I'll summarize again for our investors. Some of people might know, might not know. So excess interest spread is the extra stream of interest which is available in the transaction because the underlying loans are at a comparatively higher coupon, higher interest rate as compared to the interest which is being offered to investors. So therefore, the excess interest spread is there in the transaction, and a question might come that the excess interest spread is higher than the excess interest spread in our previous transaction. That is generally because this is a longer tenor transaction, and as if a transaction is a longer tenor, naturally the excess interest spread benefit will be higher, and it will be accumulating.
Investments in debt securities, municipal debt securities, securitized debt instruments are subject to risks including delay and or default in payment. Read all the offer related documents carefully.